Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to week 31 of our weekly update. Today we're just going to touch on what's going on a little bit in the market. We'll keep it short and sweet and then just go over our areas of interest that we talk about, the downtown surrounding areas, Don Mills, Leaside, Mount Pleasant, Yonge and Eglinton, and Davisville, and the Durham areas. I'm Julian Compton. I'm with Team Compton from Royal LePage Signature. And if you really like and appreciate our videos, would love for you guys to subscribe and or like and or share. That would be much appreciated. So we'll just kind of get into a little bit of what's going on in the market. You may have seen some headlines talking about that the market is roaring back. I mean, we are seeing from the month-to-month numbers that we saw in the news last week, we are seeing, an uptick in sales, which is a good sign, but last year was a historically low. But month over month was just over 22%. So, I mean, it is a good sign. And I touched on that, the bond yield numbers were a little bit lower throughout November. So that helped to bring down the fixed mortgage rates. But Bank of Canada made an announcement to hold the rates. Now, with Bank of Canada, what are they going to do in the coming months? We are predicting that maybe Q2, end of Q2, beginning of Q3, but with inflation numbers, they are kind of maybe talking about maybe pushing it a little bit further. So when will rates actually come down? Not sure yet. So March 6th is the next announcement, and we can maybe get a little bit of understanding of what they are thinking, and depending on what inflation numbers come in that, as I mentioned. So those are some contributing factors. I mean, the real estate market is still pretty strong, but it is, after all, the whole economy that they take in, obviously. So we have to see what's going on in the world and such. So things will hopefully get better, hopefully sooner than later. But at the same time, I think there are enough buyers out there, because it's technically a seller's market right now, but it's still price-wise, it's not going crazy up. And, it's pretty flat overall, which is good. And I don't see the 2024 being too crazy with price ranges. I mean, if we do see some, not much inventory come out, and these buyers consistently continue to come out, then we will see some pressure on the price there. But overall, I do think we're in a good place now, and we are continuing to see a little bit more multiple offer situations going on. Some a little bit more unexpected, some priced for that situation, but the prices are not going crazy over ask, even if they are getting like 10, 20 offers, or the one in Mississauga that I mentioned last week with 85 offers. It was still a relatively okay price. People are not going over what they think is price-wise, right? So we're going to keep an eye on that for sure, and we will hopefully see some numbers that I'll talk about now. So our weekly numbers, again, compared to what we were hearing in the news, going week by week, it's a little bit different, and it's a little bit more in the know. So we are seeing an uptick in new listings, which is what I think that the news will do, and we'll continue to see new listings coming out, as it does sound like there is more buyers out there that are understandable and living with what today's market is, interest rate wise. So we are, so freehold side, a little uptick there. Sales are pretty flat for the freehold side. And for the condo side, we saw a little bit of an uptick for condos, but again, that could be a little delayed with the status clause and or finance clause, so it could take up to 10 business days, 2 weeks for it to firm up. So I think we'll continue to see a little bit of uptick in the condo side. There's new listings coming out, 29 days on the market for condos. Again, that's including the clauses, so it seems like condos are moving a little bit quicker, maybe a couple weeks on the market for newer, nicely done, nicely priced homes. For the Don Mills area, pretty flat, a little bit of uptick in the freehold side and a little bit of uptick on the condo side. And sales are starting to pick up a little bit there. On the condo side, though, we see the average days on market at 55. So there are still some listings there that you know, some people are maybe trying to take advantage of for price-wise. If it's on the market that long, then there's a little bit more negotiating power on the buy side. And then for the lease side area, again, a little uptick for everything for freehold and condo side. For the sales side, we did see a little bit of uptick there. So everything is just slowly moving in the right direction. January, again, is usually slow. February, it starts to pick up a bit. I do think that end of February, March is when things will really start to ramp up. Again, the weather could have played a little bit of a factor last week, and you know, just when the weather is nice and sun's out and people want to just get out and see things, and if they're able to put an offer in, then they may be able to put an offer in. So we'll see what this week is like as it gets a little bit cooler, and see if that actually plays into what's going on in the market a little bit. But once I think the spring market hits, maybe end of February, beginning of March, and then depending again with what Bank of Canada says, so March 6th. So I think that's a good date to keep an eye on. For the Durham area, pretty flat overall. It seems like it's a little bit slower there, but sales have picked up on the freehold side. So again, it's low months of inventory, but at the same time, there's lots of active listings. It's a big area, so there are still some opportunities for some investors on that side there. So that's a little bit of what was going on in our areas that we focus on for week over week, and a little bit of input of what's going on in the market. Don't see too much picking up in regards for the year overall, but I think week over week we're just going to continue to see the increase, which is normal. December and January are usually relatively slow. Things start to pick up in February, which we are seeing. So if you have any questions or concerns about your home type and or area, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.